Iano ko lang sa mga readers ko, no, kung bakit ako pa ulit-ulit dito. Just like with Aura Brigela. Because I don't like these people representing trans. They are representing something else. They are representing gender non-conforming gay boys. Again, Aura Brigela and itong si Jude, they are representing gender non-conforming gay boys. They do not represent me. I am a transsexual. I am a classic transsexual. And being a transsexual is a diagnosis.
Ayan.
Ito po si
Ayan. Exhibit A ng kawalan ng integrity ni Lisa Ontiveros.
Okay, so after maimbestigahan ng PNP ang sitwasyon na nakita nila si Aura. At hindi na siya nagkaroon ng follow-up statement dyan, di ba?
Correct. Hindi siya nag-apologize.
No.
Diba? But it became very clear that it was Aura who sexually assaulted yung lalaki na pinaghuhupan niya eh.
So ito po yung Lisa Ontiveros na pinag-usapan natin na enabler ng isang predatory behavior.
Sabi dito ni Lisa, we urge the PNP leadership to investigate the arrest of Aura Brigela as well as the way it was conducted on an unarmed woman. Yung nagtatanggol pa sa kaibigan na hinaras, siya pa ang inaresto. Ayan, sabi niya. And then when an investigation was completed, it was found out na may cause pala yung isa. Diba? Ang may cause pala yung isa. I mean, were you honest enough to admit na nagkamali ka dito, Lisa Ontiveros? Diba? So how can we trust a legislator like that? Diba? How can we trust a legislator like that? Pagkatapos you're going to claim na, oh, victory from what? That is the even why we're trying to fight here, Lisa Ontiveros. When Pogo is banned, when in fact it's not really a ban. Diba? Anong pecha na? Wala pang executive order hanggang ngayon kung paano gagawin yan eh. Paano haka-haka lang yung mga tao dyan eh. Diba? When you say victory from what? What are you talking about?
Grabe, ang brutal ng nanay ko.
Bakit?
Ang brutal ng madi. Sabi niya, matindi na talaga daw ang mental health problem sa Pilipinas. Bakit daw yung mukhang boksingero gustong imam? Hindi na talaga ako sa nanay ko. Sabi ko,
I love her already.
Sabi ko, habang hinihintay natin si Dr. Bato.
Okay, pag-usapan nga natin yun ng very, very quick yan si
Okay, iano ko lang sa mga readers ko, no, kung bakit ako pa ulit-ulit dito. Just like with Aura Brigela. Because I don't like these people representing trans. They are representing something else. They are representing gender non-conforming gay boys. Again, Aura Brigela and itong si Jude, they are representing gender non-conforming gay boys. They do not represent me. I am a transsexual. I am a classic transsexual. And being a transsexual is a diagnosis. It's a medical condition that you have to go through therapy and psychiatric analysis. And then for you to go through medical treatment, your other psychiatric illnesses or yung comorbidities have to be excluded out. Ganun po kahirap ang pinagdadaanan namin mga totoong transsexual. Hindi po kami napupunta ng clinic kinabukasan at pwede ka nang magpakipay or makakuha ng hormones. That's only true for the black market. But for the real thing, matindi po ang pinagdadaanan. Kaya itong kaya I don't really like itong Jude and Aura
representing
being used to represent the trans experience, because that is not the trans experience at all. No. I don't care if they call me transphobic, whatever. What they have is a fad. What they have is a trend because it's now profitable to identify as trans. Kung gusto mo ng career move, identify as trans. Never experienced this in my time. Because kami, gusto na maka-identify ng trans, we go through a psychiatrist, we go through psychiatric evaluation, magkakaroon dyan ng the proper psychiatric encounter, therapy, ay may pushback. Tatanungin ka, di ba ngayon, kailangan siya i-refer ng she because that's what she felt. No, that's not how you do it. Pag dumaan ka ng psychiatric evaluation, tatanungin ka, what does it mean to feel like a woman? Explain. Matindi yun. Na parang ikaw mapapaisip ka, oo nga, no? Ano ba yun? Paano ba yun? And then, mahaba yung panahon na yan. May
journey siya na ano, no?
It's a proper therapy. It's a proper therapy. Hindi po siya mere identification. That's why I don't like this representing my community. At marami sa amin, marami akong katulad, who are so angry that these gender non-conforming gay boys are appropriating a medical condition.
Yeah, oo.
Ang ginamit mo medical condition, halimbawa, bipolar or any neurological condition, like dyslexia, etc. Can you say that I identify with bipolar? I identify as dyslexic. I identify as whatever medical condition. No, you don't do that. No, you don't do that. So you need to go to therapy, etc. in order for you to have that, and then you have to go through some medical procedure. So you know,
nagko-cosplay to si Jude Bacalso eh. Kasi meron din siyang interview noong 2022 na what is like to be a woman. Tapos sabi niya ganun, well, because you're going to be right even if ganyan-ganyan. And you have the license.
Cringy, no?
Sobrang cringy na parang tangina.
Parody
of ano. Parang, dude, yan parang, ano problema nito? Diyos me. Parang malaking crisis, existential crisis.
So I encourage everyone, if you see these people, just tell them you are not a real transsexual. You are a trendster. You are a gay boy who wants attention. That's what I'm saying. That's not how it's done. Kaya nga before, no, it's been looked at with compassionate eyes for a very long time. Have you noticed, Joey, in the 90s when there is someone who underwent sex reassignment surgery, parang people are curious and then, oh, ganun pala yun. Diba, during our generation, diba diba Mike? During our generation, when someone underwent, because it's a very rare condition. Diba?
Totoo yan. Kasi ano yan eh.
Compassionate yung pagtingin, mas compassionate yung pagtingin noon. Now, because of these people na ina-appropriate ang aming medical condition. That's it.
Parang ginawa siyang
pagkakaperahan,
oo.
ng mga gay boys who I don't know, who just wants attention. So yun lang.
Pasmisan muna tayo. Ang tawag dito, mabalikan ko lang yung ang tawag dito yung kay Bacalso, kay Jude Bacalso. Alam mo, feeling ko stage yung yung pinatayo niya yung waiter, tapos in stage niya. Kasi I think many are now realizing that attention is money. So, kanya-kanya sila ng gimmick, kanya-kanya sila ng paandar, kanya-kanya sila ng pag-cloud chase, ganyan-ganyan. And I don't really look at it ng yung cloud chasing per se. I do not really look at it negatively. Pero negative yung tingin ko sa kanya pagka desperate yung pag-cloud chase mo. Like, I mean, yung parang talagang yung nagre-rage bait ka, yung you try to be controversial, just yung
for the sake of being controversial.
Oo, for the sake of being controversial. But wala ka naman talagang pinuput out na message, di ba? Wala ka naman talagang gustong sabihin. Gusto mo lang maging controversial for the sake of being controversial. And I think yung sa ineme niya na yun, gusto niyang magpa-controversial, tapos akala niya may message siya. Tapos, yun nga, wala naman siyang message. Pero I mean, you deserve whatever it is that's coming your way after that incident. Ayun lang.
Ako, I think I don't think that it's staged. I think
natural niya yun.
Oo, natural. Kasi may mga nababasa akong previous experiences na ganun din, na namamahiya siya.
Okay.
May history siyang ganun.
Oo, may precedent.
Mga waiters, mga lower than that. May mga umiyak pa nga daw na waiter, ganyan.
Putang ina niya, no?
So, chronic surge.
Chronic, sir. Chronic Karen.
Alam mo, pinag-uusapan nga namin ito ng iba kong fellow true transsexual. Huwag kaming gaganyan, nagtatawanan na lang kami. Sabi ko, oh my God, nabukayo tayo. Ganon natatawa ka. And then you just, do it better next time because it's a you problem. Ibig sabihin na, girl, magpa-soft ka pa.
Magpa-soft ka pa.
Magpa-soft ka pa, girl. My God, are you stupid? You underwent male puberty. What do you expect? Di ba? Na parang, if you nabukayo ka, better luck next time. Or just brush it off. Kasi nga, my God, even biological females get CERD. Diba? Even
yan pagkakamalang lalaki na meron ngayon lalaki na mukhang yung sinasabihan nila tomboy, diba?
Yeah, exactly. There are biological females who get CERD. There are biological males who are straight who gets MAM. And ang niyan is he used to call himself Kirstie Alley.
His classmates said, Panchito Alba pwede ba?
Hindi ba? Na parang, can you just, pinagsilbihan ka naman.
Oo.
Pinapasok ka naman sa restaurant. You were there. The waiter is not there to insult you. The waiter is there to serve you. You know, the waiter there is to work. Siguro maintindihan ko pa kung ang reklamo, hindi ako pinapasok ng restaurant because ganito. People would maybe sympathize with you kasi putang ina, bakit hindi ka magpapapasok ng ganito, etc. Tapos inaano nila na this is LGBT advocacy, and then the Regal Oliva of the Japan infamy na pinahinto ko ang national interest for Regal Oliva said na there are over 100 pronouns. It's common na you would refer them to their preferred pronouns. Na parang, girl, I cannot even memorize my cell phone number. I haven't memorized my cell phone number, and how many of you still memorize your password at hindi na lang kayo nagre-rely sa memory ng computer ninyo or ng cellphone ninyo? And then, pag nawala yung password ninyo is, ay, punyeta, magre-request na lang ako ng new password na nakalimutan ko. And then you expect us to memorize over 100 pronouns because you want to feel comfortable. Eh, paano naman kami? Hindi kami mahihirapan kami. Yung comfort mo talaga importante.
Ipaprioritize namin. Namang problema na nga kami, bangag yung presidente namin, yung pronoun mo pa ipaprioritize namin. Ina mo ka.
Hindi ba? Na parang, girl, why don't you just make it simple for everyone? Make it more commonsensical for everyone. If you get CERD, it's a you problem. Unless, of course, talagang binubuli ka, no? Kasi ako, like, I actually don't like being called sir and ma'am, no? I just want to be called with my name because I don't like that kind of hierarchy. That's my European experience. I just, the people there don't like to be called sir or ma'am because of that hierarchical notion. Just call me by my name, diba? Because it gives us connection. Alam mo yun? Ano yun social solidarity yun that we are egalitarian, we are all equal, then we just refer to each other.
We just do our own stuff. Pero parehas tayo.
Parehas tayo kasi I am a customer and you are a service provider. What separates both of us? Nothing. We are equal because we are entering an equal exchange. So let's just refer to each other with our name. I know that you would like to be polite and etc., but let's do away with the politeness. Let's do business as an equal, as an equal human being.
Yes. So, look at each other eye to eye.
Oo. Kasi alam nyo kakaiba if you refer to someone with their first name. Because it even psychologically it has an impact if you refer to their name. Na halimbawa,
kasi you are being acknowledged.
Yes, you're being acknowledged as an equal. Kahit sa mga universities sa Europe, they don't like to be referred with as professor or doctor. They don't like that. They hate that. So that's what you do. Kaya nga itong si Jude. You know, Jude, you could have just told the waiter, "Oy, Jude na lang." Finish. Alam mo yun, kasi you do away with all these gender education, baka the waiter doesn't need your gender sensitivity. You know? Because no matter what you do, everyone will be sensitive on the gender that you project.
Mm-mm.
Ano, i-gaslight mo siya na, this is a man in a dress. This looks like a man in a dress. Like, you know, so ganun yung, ganun yung eksena. So I think it could have been handled much better. You don't need to educate the waiter because honestly, the waiter is fucking tired for you to educate him. He doesn't need it. It's not part of his job to be educated by the customer. His job, wala yun sa kanyang pinirmahang. Gets ninyo? Wala yung pinirmahang sa pinirmahan niyang kontrata. So you have to respect, you know, the waiter's job contract. No? Hindi ka naman binabastos eh. Ano ba?
Oo. Diba? Pero unahin pa ba yan nung waiter na hindi ko sasaktan ang feelings niya. Ay, wow, talaga. Baka for all we know, baka nga yung waiter hindi considerate sa feelings ng nanay niya or ng jowa niya. Tapos gusto mo, considerate siya sa feelings mo. Ina mo ka.
You know what? The waiter is not there to consider your feelings. The waiter is there to make sure that the service is appropriate, that the food is delivered on time, that he gets your order as it is, and then that you are given
to have a pleasant experience while dining.
Pleasant dining experience. Now, if you're gonna, dude, let it go. Parang, kaya kita mo ngayon, grabe ang backlash.
Totoo.
Sobrang backlash. At hindi ikaw yung, at hindi siya yung napuputukan. Kasi ikaw, alam mo Jude, you can safely go back to being male. Because you don't have any commitment to womanhood, no? As you've said, you go home, you take up your bra, and you scratch your balls.
Walang commitment to being a woman, ano?
Yeah, so, nakakaloka pa. It was shown, yung video na yon, during Women's Month. How disgusting. It's perversion. You know, like, how are you going to teach a young girl that this is being a woman is? You know, being a woman, you teach it to young girls. You don't even teach it to your fellow women. You teach it to young girls so that they would grow up into a woman that the society, a woman that of a society. Can you imagine if I'm gonna tell that to my niece? Kaya nga ako sa niece ko, no? You know, my niece, yung nanay ko rin, ewan ko, no? Nakwento niya na ako daw nagganyan. So tinanong ako nung niece ko, sabi ko, you're too young to understand these things. Focus on your study. Focus on developing your. You know, I taught her. I was inculcating to her what it means to actually be an adult female, and the most important there is being an adult. You know, so that's what I was inculcating to her. So I don't want to provide her with all these. This
you're gonna have your existential crisis, and that's the proper time to sort this out, no?
You will have it when you turn 18, just like the rest of us.
Yun kasi ini-skip nila na parang magkakaroon at alam mo sa lahat ng tayong lahat, darating talaga sa punto ng buhay natin na magkakaroon tayo ng existential crisis. Who am I? Yung mga ganyan-ganyan. Wait for it. So that at that point, then you are going to process who you are, who you really are. Diba? Kasama yun eh. Parang wag yung puwersahin na parang, ay, kailangan gumawa na ako ng choice ngayon. Ganyan-ganyan.
And it's not anybody's business that you cannot sort out your existential crisis. It is not Joey's responsibility that I cannot sort out my existential crisis. It's not my responsibility to sort out Joey's existential crisis. That is your fucking existential crisis. No? That's your fucking identity crisis. What have you? Now, if you're having an identity crisis, you don't know whether you want to live your life as a man or a woman, that is your fucking business. Nobody's business. If you cannot sort it out, don't think that other people can sort it out. Now, if you have sorted out and then you have decided, okay, I'm gonna live a feminine, a life that approximates the woman experience, then do the fucking it. spend an effort, and don't tell us that it is about wearing makeup or wearing this, because it is fucking not.
Oo.
I halata
Actually,
kasi,
sobrang ni-reduce niyo yung babae into alam mo yung parang yung idiot woman na all she cares is makeup, fashion, yung ganun parang bakla. Hindi ganun ang definition. Hindi ganun ang babae.
no,
Kasi hindi mo lahat ng babae, yun lang ang care namin.
no, actually, that's not. You know, my female role models, from my mother to my female friends to my teachers to my colleagues to female public figures, dead or alive, that I look up to. It's not about makeup. It's not about wearing heels. It's not about all these things. The greatest lesson of being a woman is understanding your duty to sacrifice your own happiness in order for other people to live a more comfortable life.
Yeah. Diba?
Amen? Tama ba? Did I learn the real lesson of being a woman? Yung mga biological...
diba? Yun yung yun yung those who gave birth, ganun yung nila, instincts nila diba? To really sacrifice for someone else.
Yung mga biological females dito. Did I learn the real essence of being a female, being a woman?
Yeah, oo.
That's what I learned. That's what I learned.
Yeah, and ako hindi pa ako nanganak. I mean, I think kami ni Sas dito parehas yung footing namin. Parehas yung footing namin ni Sas.
Actually, tayo parehas ng footing, Joey, dahil hindi talaga ako pwedeng magkaanak. Hindi talaga ako pwedeng
Ako pwede, pero hindi pa, 'di ba?
Yeah.
Pwede, pero hindi pa. So ibig ko sabihin, at this point, it's a tie. At this point, it's a tie tayong dalawa. At it's a tie tayo ng kayo iba pa diyang mga babae na hindi pa nanganganak. I mean, we are in the process of understanding na parang can we really yung kumbaga parang can we do those things that our mother did and other great women, 'di ba? Parang
kaya ngayon, kasi that's every young girl, like my niece or whatever, that's kasi that's what I noticed with my mother on what she was inculcating to my sister, for example. And of course I was like imbibing it, and of course all the great women who went to my life, that is actually the lesson that they're imparting through their words and actions. Now you have to accept that your duty to this world as a woman is to learn the value of sacrifice, of giving up your own happiness in order for other people in your lives to have a more comfortable, existence. And because of that, if a waiter called me sir, I will not sacrifice the comfort of the waiter by subjecting the waiter to a 2-hour gender studies.
And humiliating
him and giving him an unnecessary, miserable experience just for me to have a comfortable existence. Because that's not the kind of woman that I grew up to know and understand and imbibe. Kasi ang problema siguro dito kina Jude, no? They are surrounding themselves with caricature of women. They are around gay boys. They are around, they're not around biological women. If you want to be a woman, and you're not a biological female, if you want to understand and imbibe femininity and womanhood, you surround yourself with biological females. You learn with their experience, with humility, and you imbibe it. And when you internalize it, that's the time that you will externalize it, and you will exhibit the aura, glow, and demeanor that the next time someone sees you, we just automatically call you ma'am, she, whatever. Because that is what they feel.
Na-imbibe mo na. Correct.
Ayun. Okay, balik na tayo.
Ayun.
Ang dami rin kasing pronouns din, Sasa, dito sa Canada, that has become an issue rin, yung misgendering ng mga trans. And this is a very sensitive topic dito sa Canada kasi yung mga trans, they're very protected dito And,
grabe dyan. Di ba may mga lawsuit dyan between father and a child? Kasi parang gusto na nilang mag-undergo ng mga transition.
Yes.
Yung mga gender-altering procedures, ganyan.
Kasi ang gusto nila mangyari dito sa mga bata, halimbawa, we're talking about like not even teenagers, ano? We're talking about talagang kids talaga.
Kids,
Yung tinatawag na gender fluidity. So yung gender fluidity means na they go whatever gender they like, and then eventually they would settle dun sa gender na talagang gusto nila. And again, and this is a product of postmodern ideas, ano, na kung saan there are countless genders, no, napakarami. And along with those genders are the pronouns. Hindi ba? So, kaya ang ginagawa ko dito is that imbis na, kasi dito, di ba, mga him, her, she, her, there, there, no? Ang ginagawa ko dito is usually I address people by their name na lang. So, halimbawa, what is your name? Then I just call you by your name. No? It took me a while, sana nakikinig sa no? Yung sa pronoun na them, it took me a while to actually absorb that concept na kapag ka wala kang idea dun sa gender ng tao, address that person they or them. Kasi pag sinabing they or them, that is multiple people, di ba? Parang ganun na rin. Kasi he, him, she, her, and then may they. Di ba? So, ang nangyari ngayon sa mga official documents, halimbawa sa trabaho ko, no? Talagang they are using they and them. So, pati ako, they, them na rin sa work. Kasi yun yung kaysa mawalan ako ng trabaho, Joey.
Oo, legislated dyan, no, prof, no? Parang kailangan mo talagang gamitin yung preferred pronoun nila.
Oo, kasi pwede silang tumakbo sa Human Rights Tribunal, eh. Kasi we have a Human Rights Tribunal dito sa Canada. And kapag kagaya halimbawa yung ginawa dun sa, yung nandyan sa Pilipinas na misgender siya, dito sa Canada nangyari yun, the next day, pupunta yun sa BC Human Rights Tribunal. Every province has that. And pag napatunayan na misgender yun, baka may mga penalties dun sa tao.
Sa Canada, magpa-fly yung
Oo. Protected groups yan, eh.
Hindi, ayan yung nireklamo ni Jordan Peterson, yung law na yan. Yeah. Sabi ni Jordan Peterson, I have no problem in addressing you with these pronouns, but you cannot make it a crime if I failed to do so. Parang ganun yung kay Jordan Peterson na he actually misunderstood there. Pero kay others dito, yung sabi nila, they're taking away my parental rights to school. That is correct. You know, education starts from at home. At ang ito hindi naiintindihan, no? And call me conservative or whatever. It is just biologically natural that parents expect that their children would actually would actually be heterosexual and will actually form families of their own, biological families of their own, because that is our biological impulse. No, as a species, it's a species. It's not has nothing even to do with gender. That is a species impulse. Now, of course, it's natural for parents that if their children turns out to be homosexual or whatever, that they feel a little bit disappointed because that is what they expect. But for me, it's about time. If they get disappointed, give it time, and then they will accept that you are pursuing your happiness outside the framework that they set to you. It will take time, but it will happen. You even wait time for you to have a boyfriend. Why not wait time for your parents?
For them to understand.
With it. Let them be angry, let them get frustrated, etc. But at the end of the day, they will always go back and love you and appreciate you.
Yeah.
Pursuit of happiness, especially when they see that you are turning out to be as a responsible person that they think you could be if you were not gay, trans, bisexual, etc. And I think
correct. And yun nga, yung parang they are hating on people na nagre-react based on their impulse. Yung parang, bakit? Ba't kayo, I mean, while you do not prefer it, yung ganong klaseng impulse, it's a natural thing. I mean, yung mga yung pagdating nga sa wild, kapag kayong nanganak yung isang animal and dun sa kanyang litter, merong isang parang weak, di ba nire-reject ng mother? That's a natural impulse. That's a natural impulse. I mean, ibig ko sabihin, parang, you don't hate a person just because yun yung kanyang natural reaction. Diba? And then, a decent person, and the one who would want our society to be more considerate, to be more passionate, and if you are asking that, then you must be willing to give it as well. But ang problem dito sa mga super entitled na mga to, na parang hindi, I already decided, you have to accept it. Walang ganun. huwag mong madaliin yung mga tao na hindi naman ina-expect yung mga ganitong klaseng sitwasyon. I mean, it has to be processed by the individuals you want it to be accepted by. You have to allow everyone to really understand. And it's your obligation for them to understand also. Do not shove them down their throat. Tulungan mo rin sila. For example, ikaw, Jude, tulungan mo kami na tawagin kang ma'am. Mag-start ka by looking like a woman.
And it's not about makeup. Actually, it's not about looking. It's not just about, for me, it's really about behaving like a woman. Your behavior would actually reflect on your physicality. Kasi ang akala kasi nila, looking like a woman is getting the most surgery that you can have, etc., etc., etc. Girls, I have seen a variety of transsexual, and there are those who do not look as, as this pageant material. But if you're going to let them stand beside someone na nag-join ng beauty pageant, girl, I'm pretty sure 100% of the time, sila yung hindi masiswear or mababukayo or whatever. Why? Because they are behaving, they are blending in, etc. And they are focused on not about the superficiality of looks, because you will age eventually. So they are looking on how to imbibe the kind of grace that you can exude so that you can embody the woman that you think you could be. And I thank you all.
May ako, Prof. Bati, you wanted to say something?
Oo, meron na. Naalala ko si Ricky Reyes. Kasi si Ricky Reyes, in terms of sa mga bading, sa mga gay people, she's an old school type, na kung saan, ayaw niyang ipilit sa'yo, isubo sa'yo yung gender norms na gusto niyang,
Pero hindi naman siya she. Hindi naman siya nag-identify.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
He's just a gay boy. He's just a gay boy. So, ayun na nga.
Hindi trans si Ricky Reyes, hindi siya trans. But nonetheless, yung attitude ba na hindi pinipilit sa'yo na, hindi pinipilit sa'yo yung gusto nilang itawag sa kanila. No? Kasi nga naman, sa Pilipinas, kasi we're not ready yet, I think, in terms of yung ganyang culture. Dito sa West, the institutions are in place. May mga mechanism na halimbawa, kagaya naman mga kanina, pag minisgender mo, there's a chance baka mawalan ka pa ng trabaho, Joey. Exactly. Pag minisgender mo, mawawalan ka ng work. May mga cases na kami ng ganyan dito. Kaya nakakatakot din. Kasi kaya nga, pag may makita ka na trans, suspected mo, ingat din, tanungin mo muna. Ganun ang attitude namin dito. You ask first, how do you want to be called? Okay. Then we start from there.
Ako na parang you've lost sense of humor. Is there anything, don't you find your very existence funny? That you were born male and then you want to live life a female, and then you go through all these hardships in order to do all these things. That's laughable. It's a ridiculous form of existence, but it's wonderful in its own right. Why don't you find a little sense of humor out of it, just like what you used to do? Well, what we used to do, because we are a well-adjusted individuals, and maybe you're not trans. Maybe you're experiencing other medical conditions, other mental health conditions that is not properly diagnosed.
It's not gender dysphoria.
You don't know it because you don't go to therapy. And that mental health condition is the one that you're projecting to other people. So, dude, go to therapy, sort out what exactly is going on in your life. Are you really going through gender dysphoria, or are you going through something else that mimic gender dysphoria, like DID?
Prof, meron akong question. Kasi,
Sona na tayo.
Last question lang dito sa dito sa gender. Kung kunwari, di ba, in-impose nila, I am, they, them, ganyan.
Yes, yeah, they, them.
Kung kunwari, because of that pronoun, nagkaroon ng misunderstanding, and then it resulted into damages. Like, for example, I'm going to bring my friend, ganyan. Sabi niya, who? My friend, they, ganyan. Tapos parang si they, ganyan. They, them. And then, along the way, nagkaroon ng confusion, ganyan. So, let's say, nag-prepare siya ng food, akala niya marami darating, ganyan. Pagkatapos, di ba? Akala niya marami darating, pagkatapos isang tao lang pala. Kasi they, them di ba? They, them. I mean, nagkaroon ng confusion along the way. This is just a hypothetical situation, And of course, because na-confuse ka sa gender, gumastos ka for akala mo multiple person and then what you receive was a single person lang pala. Ganon. So ngayon, meron ba siyang resort na parang, no, kasi it wasn't clarified Sinabi lang niya, basta they, ganyan-ganyan. I mean, paano yun? Pagka kunwari nagkaroon ng confusion because of the usage of this pronoun that they prefer,
Yun.
the civil damages of that, can they also go to the human rights kinembot? Dahil, I'm so sorry, it wasn't clarified to me
No.
Diba?
Okay, so Joey, so let's generalize this, kasi medyo applicable, pwede mo siya i-generalize. Halimbawa, kung yung misunderstanding mo sa pronouns, it caused harm not to the trans person but to an individual who's cisgender, for example. And it caused some financial or pecuniary damages. Right? Ang resort dyan is to go to small claims court. So pwede yun. Pwede ka mag-small claims. Pero in terms of yung human rights mo, hindi kasi hindi ka kasali doon sa protected na persons. So only those who are protected persons can go to the human rights. So sino-sino yung mga protected persons dito ha? Unang-una yung mga kagaya mga natin visible minorities in Canada, yung mga hindi puti. Ikalawa is yung mga people with disabilities. Ikatlo yung mga LGBTQIS++, whatever. Like, haba nun. And then yung mga indigenous peoples. Kasi marami kaming mga IPs dito, yung mga indigenous people. So, yun. So, if you belong to those groups, meron kang locus standi sa human rights tribunal.
Doon ka palang tatanggapin ng human rights.
Yes. And then kailangan patunayan mo na it produced harm sa iyo, no? And then you have to show. And ang problema rin kasi dito minsan, lalo na sa racism. Kasi magka-connecta yan. Subtle hindi direktahan yung maghirap ebidensya Pero meron kaming case dito na I think it was in a restaurant, yung waiter. Parang ganyan din sa Pilipinas yung waiter misgender yung customer. So may cases na ganyan. Meron din sa tindahan. So yung mga convenience store, so pumunta yung trans person sa isang convenience store, misgender siya, nagtawag talaga ng police. And then it created talaga nagalit siya, sabi niya, "Don't call me sir, call me ma'am." Sabi niya, "Call me ma'am."
Nagtawag ng police?
Oo, they had to call the police kasi nagwala na yung tao. At saka dito rin kasi ang iniiwasan nila dito is yung trans people harming themselves. So halimbawa na-offend yung trans person, merong risk na magha-harm siya sa sarili niya kasi na-offend siya di umano. Oo, yun. So yun that's the reality dito sa amin. Kasi alam mo kami dito sa Canada, we're really far left in terms of these things.
You know why that ito ang aking theory, no? You know why they're saying na pag na-offend yung trans ay magsi-self-harm. You know why? Why? Because the therapy that is supposed to accompany gender dysphoria is no longer the same. Ang therapy ngayon is not a real therapy, it's an affirmation. Hindi ka pwedeng pumunta sa therapist. Dati, pag sinabi mo, well, that's my experience. You go to a psychiatrist, you tell the psychiatrist, this is what I'm feeling, blah, 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 blah. Okay, let's explore that. Why are you feeling that way? What do you think? Now, when someone who claims to be trans go to a therapist and claims, I'm trans, okay, you're trans, let's do this. Do you see the difference? That is not real therapy. A real therapy, it's a medical process. They have to rule out comorbidity. So ngayon, dahil nag-affirm ka, dead ka na sa comorbidity. Paano kung may bipolar disorder pala to, kaya siya nag-identify ng trans? Paano pala kung may may DID? Paano pala kung may other mental health issues ito na kaya siya nag-identify as trans? Hindi dahil talaga doon sa meron siyang gender dysphoria. Now, kaya ngayon kaya napapansin ko itong mga to, in the age of affirmation, bakit biglang nagkakaganito? Bakit they are on a rage? They must be experiencing a mental health issue that is not about being trans. And that is not addressed in their therapy.
Alam mo, Sas, pati yung mga people around the trans person, sila rin subject ng therapy. Kasi explain ko So halimbawa sa isang workplace, na misgender yung person, yung mga tao na nag-misgender, sila din isa-subject sa tinatawag naming gender sensitivity training. Kasi the organization will spend resources to actually find a person, ite-train kayo, know how to ask pronouns properly, how to address, be respectful, how to understand and empathize with trans people. So ganun. So hindi lang yung tinetherapy yung mismong yung mismong tao, kundi yung community at large. And this is going on sa media dito sa amin, na yung parang therapy na nagiging community na yung therapy, pati kami. Lahat kami ngayon na therapy na rin.
Actually mali nga yung sa kanila na dati kasi in the older days, in the old-fashioned days, ang niyan, if someone came out as trans, ang nangyayari, nag-process yan, step by step, na, so the comfortability, both situations, the trans person and the companies and the other employees, it's a process of negotiation. So it's a step by step, na, okay ganito muna, we will not refer you to your pronouns, but just to avoid confusion, ito muna. Actually, it goes through the stage of transition, and then until automatically for a period of time, the other employees are now like, that they think that referring to the person as her would make it less confusing for other people when they start referring to her as her. Diba? So yun yung it's a step by step process, so that the harmony, social the harmony would be maintained in every step of the way. Hindi yung bigla kang entrada na mukha kang buksingero at sabi mo, no, from this moment you have to refer to me as she and her because that's what I feel. That is not what's going on now. Do you see the difference? Because this time, and I just wanted to put this crudely, before, being trans is a diagnosis. Now it is just like any identity that you can put on. Do you see the difference? Being trans was a diagnosis. You have to go to a psychiatrist in order to have a diagnosis that you are actually having a you have a transsexual condition. That is the problem right now. At yung mga katulad namin, classic transsexual who grew up that we are now being marginalized in the community because they say trans is not a medical condition. What the fuck are you talking about? If it's not a medical condition, why the fuck do you need a medical treatment for it? Okay, guys, this is a real problem right now because it has been appropriated by all sorts of cosplayers, by other people with mental health condition, and by transsters and etc. by whoever who are not trans. Before it was a diagnosis. No, I have an official diagnosis. I went through therapy for 2 years. I waited for a long time in order for me to finish all my medical transition. That's it. And that's what I've gone through. I went through several pushbacks from my psychiatrist. I was never affirmed by my psychiatrist. I was diagnosed. Those things are different.